Welcome back, watch fans. Today we are reviewing a very special collection, a very special watch collection of a member of the Illuminati. That's right, you've heard of the Illuminati. Now, look, in order to prepare ourselves, to inoculate ourselves against the dark forces of Bill Sanders, the Bill Sanders watch collection of high horology, we have to inoculate ourselves with the King Tut. That's right, the Rolex King Tut. And of course, to match, we have these very obnoxious, loud lapis and gold 1960s cufflinks. You see, everything is matching. Do you guys see this? Don't try this at home. The blue, the gold. Do you get it? Do you get it? White, blue, gold, yellow. Don't try this at home, guys. I'm a professional, okay? Now, Bill Sanders, we know he's a part of the Illuminati because he's got the Illuminati hat. And he always had like a sticker. I don't see him wearing that in this thing. But Bill Sanders is a major collector of independent watches, not Rolex. He's not a member of the Rolex cult. That's right. Bill Sanders is a heretic. He's a heretic, and we need to out this heretic and learn by example of what not to do. So let's dive into his collection. Okay, Bill Sanders shitter number one is Bovet. Garbage, pure garbage. Again, what is this? The weird case. The whole thing is just bizarre. I know they have some sort of whatever. Whatever. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about balance wheels, escapements. I'm not interested in that. Okay, I want something that's flashy. Okay, like the Submariner, so everybody knows what it is. Okay, Rolex Submariner, Bovet. I don't know what this is. It's garbage, right? So he's got another piece of, I don't know, vintage. I don't even know what this is. It's not even a Universal Geneve. Okay, so here's the Cardinal Sin. He's got another Bovet. This one has got like diamonds with his guilloche dial. Bizarre shape. I mean, this guy basically buys, okay, the opposite of this. He buys the stuff that nobody wants, like literally the stuff that nobody else wants, like the garbage that doesn't sell, he buys. By the way, I do like, this is kind of interesting. These hands are actually quite interesting. These are Illuminati hands, right? You see that? That is the devil, the mark of the devil. Okay, he's got another Christian van der Laken, whatever, some Dutch company that actually they do make some interesting watches with astronomical movements. I mean, again, not for me, not for the Rolex cult. These are strictly for, weirdos, people who buy stuff nobody else wants. Okay, next on the list, the Illuminati hit list, he's got a Daniel Roth, but it's the wrong metal. It's, I think, is this platinum? I think this is platinum. It's not white. It's got to be platinum, right? Platinum, for Daniel Roth, you really got to go with the yellow gold because it's kind of a vintage vibe. You know what I mean? It's a vintage vibe. Okay, guys, if you follow the 10 Commandments, that's right, the 10 Commandments of the Colonel, you got to buy the right watch, the best of breed, the watch that epitomizes the brand. You can't buy yellow gold or white gold you can't buy platinum. You cannot buy platinum or white gold with Daniel Roth. It's got to be yellow. It's got to be like that vintage vibe metal. Okay, this is completely wrong. Again, why did he buy it? He got a discount. Nobody wants this garbage. Next up on the hit list, Dunhill. Now, I don't think these are vintage. These can't be vintage. These look like new. Now, Dunhill is basically a garbage British clothing brand, so it's like a licensed name. Cool. I mean, this is a very cool enamel thing going on. What is it? Guilloche enamel, whatever it is. It's actually quite cool. Like, they have actually used it in their lighters. It's a cool watch. I mean, it's actually a cool, funky watch. We got to give Bill credit for the green strap. I love that. You know what? We'll let him slide with this one, although this is not Rolex. It's Dunhill. We'll let him slide just because it is kind of a cool looking watch. And look at these. Wow, look at the crown. That's a nice like hexagon. Like, that's nice. That's actually nice. We'll let him slide with this one. Okay, another shitter nobody cares about. Again, another basic bitch watch. What's the point of buying this watch? I don't know. Okay, so we're going into the crown jewels of the Bill Sanders Illuminati collection. I think he's got a couple of FP Journes, and I think he was buying them way back. Because look, here's the thing. All kidding aside, the guy's actually a very serious horologist. Here's what we could learn from him, okay? He is in the complete opposite of the spectrum. Well, not completely, but he's really on the far end. He's really into the movement. He'll talk your ear off about balance wheels, escapements, whatever. Garbage nobody cares about. He cares about the inside of the watch. He cares about the mechanicals. That's what he gets off on. He talks about all the internals. The looks, he doesn't care about. He's really not into looks. absolutely, that's like it's obvious that for him, that is the last thing he cares about, and he doesn't care about market value. He really doesn't. I mean, he really is a hobby. He's a true connoisseur. He's a true hobbyist, okay? He's basically buying stuff that he gets off on intellectual. He's an intellectual, right? He's not a guy. He's not a shallow guy like most of us are that just wants something, you know, nice on the wrist. Now, something flashy. Again, the King Tut, the bluesy Rolex. Again, now, by the way, this is not the basic bitch Submariner. This is the no holes with the rehaut, right? This is a transition year. By the way, this may be for sale for some of you punters. Of course, celebrity-owned watches such as the Colonels do carry a premium in the market. Again, white gold, I think, or platinum, whatever, garbage. Look, the guy's a serious guy, right? So he's buying whatever he wants. Why? I think Bill is, you know, he's a successful guy, right? Bill's a successful guy. He's actually, I call him a Renaissance man. He's actually a very bright guy. I think he was a pilot at one point. You know, Bill and I are members of the Rolls-Royce Collector Club. Well, actually, no, I don't have a Roll. He had a Rolls Spur, Flying Spur, and I only have the Bentley Flying Spur, right? So we're kind of related in a way. But this is pure garbage. I would get this in at least yellow gold, rose gold, and a color dial, white dial. Again, he's buying stuff that nobody's buying. That's why he gets it at a discount. And of course, he's got the red lumberjack shirt, part of the Illuminati. There it is. He's got to show you that movement. He's got to show us that movement. I'm surprised he doesn't have a Langanzon, because, you know, this guy's a movement freak. That's all. He basically should wear the watches backwards so you can just look at the movements. This is not what you guys want to do, okay? This collection is basically high-end shitters. I would call it ultra shitters. It's basically stuff that is the Roach Motel, okay? This is the Roach Motel collection. These are watches you get into. I mean, it's very high-end, there's like 3 people on the planet that know what this stuff is about. They all have weird taste, and you can never get out of these. It's the Roach Motel. You can get in, easy to get in. You get in at a discount. You can't get out, unlike Rolex Submariner, the Submariner in the blue dial. Everybody wants this. Look, this is the watch universally, okay, worldwide, anywhere you go, everybody wants this watch. It's the King Tut, okay? I mean, can you imagine trying to pick up chicks with a FP Journe or this, right? I mean, if you're like in a third world country, let's say you're Archie Luxury, right? You go into a ladyboy bar, you go into one of these ladyboy establishments, and
application.
Hang on, let me
in service of.
There we go. You got one of these, right? You go, look, Archie Luxury goes into some ladyboy bar. He's got one of these on his wrist, if he had one, right? They think it's like a Timex, or he's got one of these. They know what this is, right? They think, oh, me love you long time, Archie. Me love you long time. All right, you guys understand this. This is actually a great watch. Okay, it is a great watch. This is probably the crown jewel of his collection. I'm not crazy about the dial color. I've seen these kind of in salmon, other colors. I'm not that crazy about the dial color. I mean, look, that's what the guy's into. He's into weird shit. Of course, in his video, he's got to show you that movement. He's showing you that movement. Why? Because the face is ugly. He's got to show you the personality of the watch, right? He's got to show you what, you know, the real true character, which is true. This is it. And by the way, this is amazing. This is and they have great strap. It's great. It really is great. Would I wear one? No. And here we go into the H. Moser, the Ultra Illuminati watch. I mean, this is one of the ugliest watches I've ever seen in my life. It's a piece of shit. Moser is basically the watch you wear. I don't know who wears this. By the way, I just want you guys to know this. Look at this. I got this. You see this Patek Philippe? You see Patek? This is a Patek Philippe polishing cloth, shining cloth, whatever. It's silky. It's like it's almost like you know, Anthony Farrow, the timepiece gentleman, he used to steal girls' panties in high school. This is true. By the way, true story. So this is kind of like the panties that Anthony Farrow stole from the high school girls, which he would sell in Japan. By the way, this is actually a true story. Unbelievable true. Guys, this is a genuine. By the way, that is a genuine Patek Philippe wiping cloth. See, this is the real. This is the box. This is the cardboard that they make those packages in. Okay, do not buy Moser. It's pure garbage. Okay, now he's got to have 2 Mosers. Okay, he's got 2 shitters. He's got the ugly one. He's got the other uglier one. Again, don't do this, guys. This stuff is, you can never resell this. It's pure garbage. Now, let's go into the interesting parts of his collection. Again, the guy's into, like, you know, serious movements. He's an intellectual, right? He's looking for kind of like, you know, watches made by serious watchmakers, right? Serious watchmakers. and they might be working for other brands, whatever it is, right? He's looking for serious stuff. So Harry Winston, yeah, they actually have serious movements, serious watchmakers making these shitters, right? Now, again, how many people would wear a watch like this with a funky shape? Not too many, unless they're like, I don't know, some, Gulf Arabs, Russian oligarchs, weird, people with weird taste, okay? You gotta have weird taste. Now, it's actually kind of interesting. I mean, these watches are huge, by the way, the Harry Winstons. He's got some retrograde thing going on here. These are actually good value. I think Harry Winston is actually an interesting value. It's worth keeping an eye on. Again, if you can deal with this weird like case design. It is weird. I do believe this will, at some point, be considered like sort of ironically chic, almost like a yellow gold date was, over the last 10, 15 years. Hipsters started wearing them. Okay, let's get into the masterpiece of this collection. Langenhain. This is like a Langenzahn from Dresden. Wow, look at that. What an ugly watch. I mean, again, this guy is into the weirdest stuff that nobody wants. Do not try this at home. Seriously, do not do this, guys. Okay, it's even getting worse. Maurice Lacroix garbage. Okay, Parmigiani Fleurière, oui. Okay, so this is the nastiest garbage we're getting into in the Bill Sanders collection. I mean, this is a piece of shit. It's on a bracelet, right? I mean, this is like really nasty. They pay you to pick up one of these watches. Again, you want to have this or this, right? I mean, if you go, again, picture yourself. If you're Archie Luxury, you go into that Ladyboy bar in Bangors, Bangkok. Are you going to wear this or this, right? That's all you need to know. Okay, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. He's got a watch with no logo, no name on it. I don't even know what this is. I don't want to know. The dial is actually interesting. It's kind of interesting. But again, stuff nobody wants. Another Rolf Lange. Another shitter. Again, this guy literally is buying like stuff that nobody wants. And if you buy this type of stuff, you're going to end up with basically a Roach Motel collection. This is the Roach Motel collection. Stuff that nobody wants, you'll never be able to sell except to weirdos, okay? And you don't want to deal with these weirdos, okay? You don't want to deal with the weirdo that buys this type of watch. Trust me, you don't. They're going to nickel and dime you. They're broke usually. They're the scum of the earth. Okay, let's zoom in. Now, this is the entire collection. Now, here's one thing I do like about it. If you kind of take the bird's eye view, he actually is following the Colonel's 10 Commandments, which is a variety. He's got a variety of straps, case shapes, medals. He's got it's interesting. I mean, look, the guy's a Renaissance man. Okay, he's an intelligent guy. He really thinks through. He's a real collector. Okay, he's not buying hype watches. He's not buying like the basic Rolex stuff. He's buying like weird stuff that he understands, he's into, that he could, gives him, some intellectual masturbation. Look, this is what a real collection should look like this type of variety, except you got Roach Motel watches. This is a Roach Motel. I mean, this might as well be a roach trap, these watches. You can get into them, you can't get out of them. Bill needs some Rolex Submariners, maybe a Audemars Piguet, maybe a Richard Mille. No, I'm just kidding. Look, all kidding aside, I wish him the best of luck. His videos are actually quite interesting, and you could learn a lot. I mean, it's a little bit dull, and again, he is a member of the Illuminati. So I'll leave it to you. Do you want to make money with watches? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to make money? Do you want to get rich with watches? Do you want to buy watches that increase in value? Well, then you're going to click and subscribe to the Watch Reporter channel, what you're watching right now. You're going to press the join button to become a member of the cult. For $4.95, you'll be an aristocrat. Bill is not an aristocrat. Bill is part of the Illuminati, actually. He's basically an Illuminati peasant. Now, he's got only a few watches here that actually increase in value, which is the outlier. That's the FP Journe. He got a couple of Journes. But here's the thing. It's almost like think of it almost like a venture capital portfolio, right? He's got a bunch of shitters, and one or two watches make up for the whole thing. One or two of them triple or whatever, quadruple, and that makes up for all the garbage. Actually, it really doesn't. It actually doesn't. You got to have like 100x in order to make up for this garbage, and he's never going to have that. This basically is like boat anchors. This is like if I were him, I would just put them all together in a bag and use it as a boat anchor. He probably has like a rowboat somewhere. I think he lives somewhere in New England or, you know, one of those places, you know, with a beret and all that, you know, the sweaters, the lumberjack stuff. Again, guys, make up your mind. Do you want to be a serious horologist and have shitters that nobody wants that you'll never be able to sell, or, right, like this guy, or do you want to be like the Colonel and, you know, wear obnoxious cufflinks, you know, this type of wild stuff and actually make money? It's up to you. It's up to you. Let me know what your thoughts. What do you punters think? Leave your nasty and vicious comments below.